Okay, so here we are using some MIDI and virtual instruments in Pro Tools. This is where we left off last time. All right, excellent. So we've got our loop going on. These three tracks at the top here we don't need, so I'm going to select them all. I'm going to right click on this one and I'm going to go up to hide and make inactive. They're just going to disappear off the screen, but they're also going to be inactive. I can bring them back if I want by selecting that, but I don't need to. Now I'm going to create a new track. Now this is going to be a stereo instrument track, not a MIDI track, but an instrument track. And that's because we need to put an instrument onto the track. It's not just going to be MIDI data. Let's call this maybe melody for the moment and click create on this one. So that's going to create a new track. It's going to be an instrument track, and I can double click here to change the color. Great, so there's my melody. Okay, I might need a second one, so let's create a new track. Again, same deal, stereo, instrument, not MIDI, instrument, and I'm just going to call this instrument 1. Remember, it does have MIDI data on there, but it's an instrument track. Okay, so there it is. I've got my melody up the top here and my instrument 1, just to give us something to work with, and I'll change the color on this one to something that's maybe recognizable and different. Maybe I might try one of these yellows. That'll do. Okay, so now I'm ready to put some MIDI data into there. I need to make sure that I've got the insert A to E open, and I'm going to put the instrument, go to multi-channel plugin, instrument, and go down and choose expand. That should do the trick. That's going to generate some sounds for us. It's a virtual instrument. Now you'll notice here that I can select at the top where it's got factory default. I can change the instrument type. Let's just choose a random one. Let's just see what's in here. No, it's only got one sound. I'm going to select the plus to go to the next instrument. Now you'll notice that I've got two sounds that combine here to actually create the sound. In order to see what the sound sounds like, I need to get the pencil tool and I need to click here. At the moment it's in clips view. When I click, it's going to change it to notes view and I can put a note in there. So it's in notes view. Now at this point I can go back to clips view, and if I grab my hand tool or the smart tool by clicking the bar across the top, double click on there, and there is my sound. So that's on C, but I can move that around if I wanted to. Let's put that on F for now. We'll see if we can hear that. So it's just that one note. You could probably recognize the one note being played. I've got an F playing in the bass part. So it's going to match with that and also the sound that I've got coming in one of the other audio tracks. So I'm just trying to make the pitch match together. And that pitch matches fine. So I'll select all of that. Now at this point I can start to build my melody. I'm going to duplicate these first 8 bars because that can be my introduction. And after 8 bars I'll have the melody start. Now the fact that I'm going to create a melody here is a good idea to put in a memory location at the top. Of course I click the plus to put the memory location in, and I'm going to move my melody to where I'm actually going to create it. So I'm just going to edit the subdivision to make something that's going to fit a little bit better with what I'm trying to create. And now I can just option click on the note to duplicate that, and I can also resize them. So I'm just going to resize this one, or option click on that, move that one. So I'm creating multiple notes here. I'm going to maybe enlarge that. Let's see if this one fits. So it totally fits, but the rhythm of it needs to be changed to make it a little bit funkier. So let's just maybe edit this around a little bit. All right, so I'm just sort of thinking maybe I might make this one smaller. Let's move this one around a bit here. Just need to use your own creativeness at this point. Let's see how this sounds. Yeah, I'll make that one start on the offbeat, I think. Just moving, just thinking through. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Won't change the offbeat there. So just try and think of things in your head and move the notes around and try and have it fit as far as the pitch goes. Okay, so that's basically all you need to do with the editing of the MIDI, and it's just going to be a process of duplicating sections here, duplicating and moving stuff around, choosing different pitches. So there's a whole stack of editing that needs to happen here. So I'm going to forward through some of this and we'll see what comes out at the other end. Okay, so what's going to happen over the next few minutes is I'm going to be moving the MIDI data between the different tracks and the different instruments. I need to insert a new instrument onto my other channel here, my chords channel, but I'm just going to be experimenting. So you'll notice that I'll change the chords to the melody and the melody to the chords. I'll shift the MIDI data around and I'll even change the instruments that I might happen to be using. At the moment, I've got another expand 2 happening if I wanted to, but I actually probably need to use vacuum as an instrument. It's a monophonic instrument, which means it plays only one note at a time. There it is. So you need to make sure that you're using that for your melody. So I'll shift my melody up to there. Okay, so probably best if I change the default sound to something that's a little bit different. Let's just try some random instrument here. Of course, don't forget we haven't mixed the audio volumes yet. So that's actually going to be the melody, so I'll change that one to melody there. I'm going to have to put 1 because it won't allow me to change it to something that's already been used. So at this point, I've got my melody. I'm going to now try and create some notes, some chord notes in a different track. Double click on this, open that up. I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to use maybe that note as well there, and I'm going to make this an F minor. That's just that other note, that other track's just a little bit loud, so I'll just reduce the volume of this one so that I can actually hear the chord that I'm playing. Yep, that's okay. Let's put some funky rhythms in there, so I'll select that and I'll just put this off the beat a little bit later on in the bar. Okay, that should fit fine. This is just to fatten the sound out really. So I'll just duplicate that a few times through here. See how this goes. All right, so maybe I'm not going to come straight in with the melody at the start here. So I might need to just duplicate this whole section. Command D will duplicate that. Delete the melody from the first little section there. And here's our sound. And good luck with it.